Do you feel overwhelmed by your goals but desperate to get them achieved? Have you ever faced a goal or project that just feels impossible because it is so big, so complex that you have no idea where to even begin? If that sounds familiar, you've definitely come to the right place, because today I'm going to share my method, the breakdown method, a simple yet incredibly effective way I use to break down even the biggest goals into something doable. Hi, I'm Julie, and this video is part of the Achievement Playbook From Overwhelmed to Accomplished, my series designed to help you tackle big goals with confidence. Some years ago, that exact same feeling of overwhelm and uncertainty hit me when I started my PhD, a project that takes 3 years and culminated in a big written thesis. But I had never done anything like it before. I looked at this gigantic mountain of work, research, writing, courses, meetings, presentations, applying for grants. My first thought was, how on earth am I ever going to finish this? It felt completely overwhelming. I was honestly scared of failing. I have tried traditional goal-setting methods where everything has to be super specific and time-bound from the start. But for me, they felt like a straitjacket and time-consuming. I needed something more flexible, something that allowed me to adjust along the way, because all plans change, and especially the plans for a long-term project. My plan would have to be flexible enough to incorporate new tasks as well as accommodate changes. So I developed my own way of approaching it, a method that's all about taking the big, overwhelming goal and breaking it down into smaller and smaller pieces until you're left with something you can act on today. The breakdown method is about thinking in layers, kind of like when you plan a journey. You don't start by booking every single hotel and restaurant for an entire long trip immediately. No. You start with the big destination, then the main regions or cities, then the specific activities you want to do, and finally the small steps to make those activities happen. Imagine it like this. It's about going from the top and then working your way down into more and more specific and concrete subtasks that you can take right now. At the top, you have your goal. Below that, you have your sub-goals. Those are the major steps needed to achieve your goal. And each sub-goal then breaks down into tasks that are smaller assignments. Finally, the really small concrete subtasks, those tiny actions you can complete in a maximum of a few hours. To illustrate this method, let's plan a trip to Rome in Italy together. That's a big, exciting goal, but there's also a lot to plan. So let's break it down. To reach the goal, trip to Rome, we need to break it down into sub-goals. For our Rome trip, that could be flights and accommodation, plan daily itinerary, prepare for trip, enjoy the trip. Let's look at the sub-goal of booking flights and accommodation. What tasks are needed? One task could be research flight options, another task, find hotel or apartment, and another task, book flight, and finally, book accommodation. Now we get to the most important part, the really small concrete actions, our subtask for the task research flight options. This could be open your preferred search engine for flights, enter your dates and destinations, compare prices for free airlines, check baggage allowances. These are actions you can complete in just a few minutes, and when you have the subtask written down, you know exactly what to do. You can do the same for the sub-goal of plan daily itinerary. For example, list must-see sites, research restaurants and create a daily schedule. And for the other sub-goal, prepare for trip, some tasks could be pack suitcase, confirm reservations, and get local currencies. For the last sub-goal, enjoy the trip, tasks could be take photos, try local food, and relax. So why does the breakdown method work so well? Because it takes that overwhelming feeling and replaces it with clarity. You know exactly what your next task or subtask is, and every time you complete a subtask, you get a small win that builds momentum and gets you closer to your overall goal. The important thing is, the plan doesn't have to be perfect. In fact, the first iterations of a plan are more like sketches than a complete picture. Many of us, myself included, get paralyzed by the idea that the plan has to be flawless. But as my PhD taught me, and as I talk more about in later videos, plans change and that's to be expected. The breakdown method gives you the flexibility to adjust along the way. It's about getting started and not about having a perfect plan. I hope the breakdown method can help you feel less overwhelmed and more ready to tackle your goals. If you found this video helpful, please give it a like. It helps me reach more people who are struggling with the same thing. Also, please subscribe to the channel so you don't miss the next video in this series where we'll dive into what to do when plans change and how to learn, adapt, and move forward. While the method is simple, it still requires you to take action, but it gives you a clear path and makes taking action doable. So now, it's your turn. I challenge you to take on a small project in your life. Maybe something like organizing a closet, planning a small event, or starting a new hobby. Try to use the breakdown method. First, define your goal. Break the goal down into sub-goals. Choose one of the sub-goals and break that one down into tasks. Then choose one of the tasks and break it down into tiny concrete subtasks that you can do right now. You can use a free template from me if you go to the description box, or you can write it down in a notebook or in an app. Just get it out of your head and onto paper or in your app. It makes it easier to get an overview and plan your project. What's one goal you're going to break down using this method? I'd love to know in the comments below. The key points are: start small, be concrete, and take action. Thanks for watching. Break it down to build it up. When you do, that's how you truly build your momentum.